Mobile Industry Review, Mobile Developer TV.
Patrick Allainguillaume, I'm the CEO of Muzicall. Muzicall is the only company which solely focuses to outsource the ring back tone services of mobile operators. We are very fortunate. We have two initial investors, Blue Ocean Venture and Thule Investments. They believe in this company since day one. They have invested 6 million euro initially. Then we were fundraising during 2009, which was very challenging. But again, when investors have looked into Muzicall and looked at the potential of this market, then we got, in addition to Thule Investment and Blue Ocean Venture, we got 3 new investments. One is Arcos, which is very well known in Europe, especially investment they have done like Muizcall in France. Then we have Vedis, which invests also, which is a very strong knowledge about the industry, the market, and mobile operators. And then we have GP Bolhan, which have invested also, which was advising us, and they've decided, after supporting us for 9 months, and say, great, this is a great company. So we raised 9 million euro in October 2009. This company is fully funded. The challenge in Europe, very few people know what's ring back tone. If I go in the street here, probably ask the question, very few people know about it. Different name, which is one of the challenges we've seen in Europe. And people don't know what it is. It sounds very boring or technology oriented. And what we doing at Muzicall, we say that it's important we have the same name all across Europe, ring tags. And that is the name we are promoting together with mobile operators. So if we look into the Asian market, a lot of people have heard about the massive success in Korea, in China, in India. Think about around 800 million mobile users in Europe, each of them receiving 4 or 5 calls. So each of these people could have a ring back tone. Most of the analysts are saying that ring back tone services, which we call ring tags, will be as big as ringtone is today. So this is, we think about $500 million to $600 million revenue in 2010. This is only in Europe. Goodness. Only in Europe this is a potential we foresee in terms of revenue for mobile operators. Interesting, a lot of operators in Europe have invested in technology. But as we know, it's great, but the consumer wish to have service which is compelling, which is cool to have. So unfortunately, except few carriers in Europe, the services have not been successful. That's where Muzicall is playing a role, because we have a DNA both into the technology, but more importantly, how to make these services successful, how to bring content that you and me will value, which I want to have as a self-expressions. When you call me, when my mother is calling, then I can play for her a song which we have something in common. That's what is extremely important, and that's what Muzicall is doing, which is to bring a full ecosystem where we'll bring value, content to mobile user, which will say, great, I want to have this ring tag services. What we have seen discussing with mobile operators, as we know, I think is very few operators have been successful in Europe. What we want to say is there's one company, you can turn around the key of ring back tone service, as they call it today. We, Muzicall, we provide end-to-end services. What does it mean? We manage their technology, when they have a technology. We manage the marketing activities, and we manage the content. So in a broader perspective, we manage the entire value chain of the ring back tone services. So what Muzicall is doing is outsource the ring back tone services and work in strong collaboration with mobile operators. But not only that, it's extremely important that we enable the ecosystem. There are many companies out there, the Fox Mobile, for example, the Jamba, the Z, which wish to provide the ring back tone services. So we, Muzicall, we have developed a solution, enabling solutions, which will allow the D2C, which will allow companies like Apple, Shazam, Spotify to say, no, great, now I can add a new services, which we call it ring tags, and being able to provide a full-fledged services, ringtone, ring back tone to their mobile users. So in summary, what Muzicall is doing, outsource the ring back tone services, drive the ring back tone services, and make sure that more people in Europe is adopting the services and drive profitability for the mobile operators. 70 to 80% of mobile operators in Europe do have a ringtone technology, ring back tone technology. So I don't think they have realized, because that service has not been successful. But as you rightly asked before, 800 million mobile users, we believe that if we look into the market penetrations, 60% in Asia, What's preventing us to have such a penetration in Europe? We, driving the common name, we've been able to provide and drive the marketing activities, providing fun content, or that you and me, for example, could create our own ringback tone, being able to enable the ecosystem of the ringback tone market, then we strongly believe that we can reach the 10, 20, 30% market penetration, which we have seen in other parts of the world. Now, of course, important for the mobile operators, that is a new revenue stream which we have not seen. And we, Muzicall, we say that, yes, we want to be successful, but we want to drive profitability for mobile operators. This is our purpose, working with them. So what we've seen all across the world, general principle, you have one business model, which is one fee for having the services, normally which is the monthly playing fee, £1, €1, $1 in general. And then you have another revenue stream, which is when I'm selecting a ring tags for my services, then I will pay around £1.50, €1.50. That's the general principle. And then, of course, will be a revenue sharing between the different players in the ecosystem. But that's what I've seen around the world. That's what Muzicall is promoting. It should be simple, it should be straightforward, and it's simple for the mobile user. So as we said to the mobile operators, you have invested in technology in most of the case. Muzicall take the full responsibilities of the services. So our DNA and our whole purpose in life is to drive one service which we call ring tag. So we manage your hardware, your software, all your CapEx, OpEx, and we are accountable and we drive the marketing activities, we'll provide the content, we'll make sure that we excite the mobile user and say, great, this is a very cool services or cool music. Or the new Beyoncé, for example, I want to have it. So what Muzicall is doing is managing the entire service. So for the mobile operator, what they have is work in close collaboration with Muzicall, and we will do the rest. And we'll make sure that we are driving their brands, we're supporting their strategy, and of course, at the end of the day, we make the services profitable for them. We have more than 38 million mobile users on the contract. We are working with tier 1 carriers in Europe, and we are working with a leading one. And of course, I can't reveal all the data from that perspective, but we have seen from most of the mobile operators we're working with above 400% growth. So think about it, that a service which is stagnating, which do not exist, a company like Muzicall is arriving, working in close collaboration with the mobile operators and specific marketing organizations, and now bring alive a service which is ring tags, drive new content, drive the excitement of the services. So that's what we're doing. We're pretty proud of ourselves because moving from a situation which was stagnating, coming and said to the mobile operator, work strongly with them, work with record labels, content, and the D2C say, now let's make these services successful. These services should be accessible for any means of communications. Web. If I, for example, am using iTunes or iStore, I should be able to have a ring tags icon. So it's extremely important that we drive the simplicity of the services. It should be easy, compelling. Wherever am I should be able to drive and subscribe to the ring tags. But probably more important is I should bring the capabilities for mobile users. Say, I want to select for that person this specific song, for my mother another specific song, and I should be able to do that on the fly. That's one thing. The second thing, which is extremely important, I strongly believe into the user-generated content. So if I'm going to friends and we have a song together, I should be able to put that quite immediately as my ringback tone. Or if I'm with my friends playing soccer, we should be able to do that so it should be very easy. I should be able to access the services in the most easier manner. There's still work to be done, but that's what we are working today with the mobile operators to make sure that there's an apps on the iPhones, there is an icons on the BlackBerry and so forth. Our objective is, again, is to make the services compelling, to make it easy for mobile operators, and that's what we are driving every day.
Mobile Industry Review, Mobile Developer TV.